If you don't know, this is Punchlines, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, consider joining the members.
Gorilla than the planet of the apes. I write a punchline and plant it on your face. Eat a punch that you ain't even got to taste. Here's a shot that you ain't even got to chase.
All right, so I have a feeling that Nando, my brother Nando, big up Nando, in the chat is going to like this question because he's the first to point out people that hate on King Canelo. Now, very few people I'll listen to when they're critical of Canelo, but I'll tell you what, one guy that I will give a lot of credence to is the guy I'm going to play right now. Now, this is an old video, but I rediscovered it, and it had me thinking if what he's saying is making any sense. Nacho, please have a listen. Virtuoso, please have a listen. Adrian, please have a listen.
Yeah.
I need you to drink a glass of water for this one. We need to level you out a little bit. And chat, let's look, let's have a listen, and let's go. Because I thought this was an interesting statement by none other than Juan Manuel Márquez.
Canelo
Dinamita.
¿Puede llegar a ser el mejor boxeador de la historia? No. ¿Por qué? Yo te voy a decir.
So he's asked, can Canelo be considered the greatest Mexican fighter of all time? And he says no. And then he says, I'm going to explain why.
Hay muchos peleadores que se ganan los campeonatos mundiales como lo hice yo.
There's a lot of hold up, Pete, and I'm going to have to mute you until I'm done this because I appreciate your enthusiasm, but give me a second. So he's saying there's a lot of fighters that have won world championships like he did.
Y como lo hicieron varios.
And like others did.
Peleando con los mejores.
Fighting with the best.
Sin meter cláusulas de rehidratación a los peleadores.
Without putting rehydration clauses on other fighters.
Sin mermarlos, sin decirles, tienes que hacer esto. Y ahora,
without telling them, you need to do this, you need to do that, taking advantage of them.
Yo soy el lado A.
I'm the A side.
Ahora yo tengo que ver y eso está bien, ¿no? Es plausible lo que está haciendo económicamente hablando, es muy bueno.
So he's saying it's plausible what he's doing. Economically, it makes a lot of sense.
Pero ya meter, por ejemplo, a los peleadores cláusulas de rehidratación que al otro día no tienes que subir tantas libras.
But he's talking about putting on rehydration clauses on people.
Y si subes tantas libras vas a tener una multa.
You can't go to this weight or I'm going to fine you.
Creo que eso no es justo para el peleador. Hay que hacerlo en igualdad de circunstancias.
He says it's not fair to the fighters and that there needs to be equality of circumstances.
Hay que hacerlo para ver qué nivel he alcanzado yo como peleador. Claro. Para ver en qué nivel estoy. Para ver si soy digno donde estoy y defender el Canelo.
Well, there you go. Talk to me, guys. What do you think about that? Ignacio, what are your thoughts?
I mean, Márquez has always had some sort of weird beef with Canelo, and his trainer has too. My tocayo, Don Nacho Beristain, for some weird reason, they've always had a bone to pick with him. I mean, Márquez can say whatever he wants to say, but at the end of the day, if you look at all his fights, the only fight where this whole idea of catch weight or rehydration came up was the Kovalev fight. And outside of that, all of his fights since that Kovalev fight, he has not once put that stipulation in any of his contracts. So the fact that Márquez is literally taking one fight and claiming that that's what he does throughout his career, that's nonsense. That's just a guy who, and I love Juan Manuel Márquez. I've always enjoyed watching him fight, even when he wasn't all that entertaining to fight back in the 90s when I used to watch him on Prime Ticket here in LA. There's people who don't even know that he used to fight on regular cable TV back in the late 90s. So
yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't see that over here.
Yeah, he used to fight on regular cable TV back in the 90s. So I just think to a certain extent, as great as he was in his own right, I think Márquez is just showing a little bit of jealousy and envy that he never got the adulation and the love that guys like Canelo got, guys like Eric El Terrible Morales got, like Marco Antonio Barrera, like Julio Cesar Chavez. Even though he belongs in that group, he's never gotten that love or adulation.
He definitely belongs in that group. I think he's better than those fighters, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, You can make that case. Don't get me wrong.
Not Julio Cesar Chavez, but definitely one.
He's one of the greats.
Morales?
Definitely Marco Antonio Barrera, and definitely Morales. Personally,
okay,
100%.
Well, you can definitely make that case. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, though, I just feel like in his own mind, he feels like he deserved a lot more love, and I think this is just him showing a little bit of envy and jealousy that he never got that in his career. That's just my opinion.
Well, it's a valid opinion. Thank you very much, Nando. Nacho. I'm reading that here. Talk to me, Virtuoso, and then Pigeon. Go for it after Virtuoso.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, this is just another example of why Canelo to me is a polarizing yet popular figure in Mexico. Like everybody got something to say about him, but he's still out here putting the sport on his back. You know, people forget that he actually agreed to a catch weight 151 pounds, even though he was more comfortable as a super welterweight limit 154 fighting Floyd.
Fighting Floyd, yeah.
So he fought the best. He fought Triple G. You know, he's a guy that really goes out.
They didn't want to fight Austin Trout. They didn't want to fight. That's out of Floyd's own mouth.
Like I hear that, before the rehydration clause. To me, I thought he got the benefit of the doubt with the cars. Lara. I thought he kind of lost that fight. I thought he beat Trout actually, but I thought he lost to Lara. But it's neither here nor there, man. Because to me, Dinamita is a legend, but to me, he just I agree with Ignacio. I think he's jealous, and I think it's the same thing with Andre Ward. I sense the same thing.
Oh yeah, Andre Ward has nothing positive to say about Canelo. Pigeon, last word on this one is yours. One last question.
Yo, this is gonna take a while, bro. I don't know if you can hear me, but this is gonna take a while. This guy, Canelo, is kind of what Ignacio's saying. It's kind of what fucking Virtuoso's saying, bro. It's kind of 90% of what they're saying. So what they're actually saying is 90% true. Is all true. There's no hate on that, but it is what it is, man. We need to see the big fights. We need to see these cats going down. And I don't know if you can hear me or anything, but I know my connection's whack, bro. My connection's whack. This is some African connection where I am at the moment. I'm not in Europe.
Yeah, easy on the African. They got great internet in Africa.
Well, I've been in Algeria for 8 weeks. I've been in Algeria for 8 weeks, and
Algeria. I've always wanted to go to Algeria, man. Algiers.
Listen, bro, it was absolutely
revolutionary, wonderful country that place is.
That was probably one of my best experiences in my life, to be honest. And I never expected it at the age of 50. Wow. I've only been back in England 3 weeks, so I was there for about 8 weeks. So really enjoyed.
Was it easy for you to get your drink on over there in Algeria?
There was no alcohol, bro.
I know there wasn't.
Listen,
Lil Penny was good.
All you guys know exactly what I'm about, bro.